Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with July the 5th for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and I'm combining it with my Stamp and Stencil Savvy. And my pin from Pinterest is this gorgeous layout, and it is Scraplift Saturday for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And so I'm going to document this picture of my son and I. Shh, don't tell him. I'm using Print Shop by Vicki Boutin, and I've got some of her stash and stuff, as well as these florals right here that are from a Paper Studio floral packet that I bought. I've got just a few embellishments, honestly, left in my stickers and chipboard. Not a lot left here. I've got not quite a bit. I have a handful of paper left and then the mixed media pre-made papers, but really that's about it. So for Stamp and Stencil Happy, we're supposed to do a repetitive stamp, and then I've got a stencil from Vicki Boutin. And so I have my papers, I have my embellishments, my stamps and stencils and inks, I have my picture, and I have this really beautiful layout. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I thought that her mixed media background looked familiar, and I can't find it. So I either don't have it or I've already used it. I'm not sure, but I went with this one, very similar in the concept of it's got a few strips, but this one is more, there's no gap in between or anything. I love the colors, the yellows, the oranges, the pinks, and so I kind of lean into that. Now my son loves him some pink. This is turned upside down right now. So I did the repeat stamp and made a border at the top and the bottom with the camera, kind of leaning into the fact that my son does not like his picture taken. I try to be very accommodating in the aspect of I try not to take his picture very often because he is a typical teenager and doesn't like it. Now, this is a distant picture. It's not in his face, and occasionally I can get him to cooperate. But I just really wanted to document this moment because he and I are snuggling on the couch. I don't get a lot of that anymore. He is 16. I totally understand. I don't know how much snuggling I would have wanted if I was a teenage boy with my mother. But I got this moment with him and I really wanted to document it. Now, you might have already seen a layout of him covering his face because he caught my niece taking a picture and accused her, and she was like, I'm not taking your picture. She was taking this picture, there's a plethora of them. So I documented that one of him covering his face because it's really funny. I'm laughing and he's laughing, but covering, it was good times. But I also wanted to document this one where we're just snuggling. It is not a flattering picture of me at all, but it didn't matter to me. It was worth it to have this moment in the books. So I am using these flowers from the Paper Studio packet of florals and butterflies and birds and things that I bought on sale at Hobby Lobby long ago. And the pinks really go well with the what I'm working with. And I didn't want it to stand out too much and take away from the picture because the background is already pretty busy. And has the gold splatters and stuff. So I just use these I think they're roses and some other kind of flowers. I tuck in the ones that I don't like that much. I did cut off a couple of the leaves and then buried the other two. They were very, very dark green and they just kind of didn't really mesh well with everything else. So you can still see a little green on some of the embellishment, but not as much as there was showing originally. So I get the flowers pretty much tucked where she's got most of hers. I don't cover my picture. She's got a couple that go over the picture. I don't do that with the florals, but I do put a little gold strip over there. I am really trying to purge as much as I can out of this collection because I don't have much left and I need to just use it. So I decided I would title this The Story, and then I've got a couple little wordy bits that go on here. I've got a journaling little place to put on here in that dark blue. I used chipped sapphire because I thought it was the closest to the blue in this collection. I used that for the cameras, and then I used dried marigold, let's go and try again, for the butterflies that I inked through the stencil. Now you can't see them very well everywhere, especially here on camera, but over on the right side where it was white, you can see them better. And then in person, you can see the ones especially underneath the picture really well. And I like that I brought in the extra butterflies, even though a lot of what I put down got covered, and I'm okay with that. I just wanted a little something extra there, even though the whole background's already mixed mediaed up with the gold splatters and everything. So I put this little write it down on here. So I do actually, like I said, have that journaling space. I'm going to journal there. I don't have a lot to say, so I didn't need the whole thing exposed. So I tucked it in under the flower. And then these butterflies are also from that the Paper Studio packet that I got. I thought the snails were kind of cute because we're just kind of chilling out, relaxing, taking it easy, taking it slow. I put on here me time actually a couple of times. And then think happy, that little paper clip says here. And then the little wordy bits I'm going to put, or I've already put on the picture, say just right, me time photo, and you are the best. I hesitated to put that you are the best because the writing is purple, but it's really like small. So I didn't think that it was that big of a deal, honestly. And then I've got that little tag up there at the top next to where it says the story, and I put the date there. I don't do that or the journaling on camera just because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to write. And I was doing like 6 things at once when I was doing this. I would think I was sending a snap. I was doing trainings for work. I was waiting for somebody to come to the door at my house. And then doing this layout. So I was multitasking very well. And somehow this video still only took me 34 minutes. And so I was pretty impressed with that. Anyway, that is it. Her layout is stunning, or their layout is stunning. I don't know who created it. But it is very stunning, super simplistic if you're using one of those pre-made backgrounds. And I love when a layout is so light that you can either go light or go crazy. Here is my repeating stamping for Stampin' Stencil Savvy. And then my stenciling, of course, is down at the bottom. And then my layout that I feel like is pretty close to hers instead of, the background's a little bit different. I hope you will check out everybody who is hopping along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. You can find them through the hashtag, and I'm guessing there's going to be a playlist. I'm creating these in like mid-June, so I would be willing to say there's got to be a playlist. Crystal's fabulous like that. Then the other thing is go check out all the lovelies who are creating with Stampin' Stencil Savvy. There is a playlist for that for sure. I will make sure that information is below, so please go check them out. I would love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. Thank you for spending time with me today. I know your time is precious, and that is very important to me. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.